Alright everybody, instead of showing a model, I have a small modeling tip for you. Something I like to do. We're going to start with this light bar from a police car. Just can't get it to focus here. Anyway, that's what you get here. And what this tip entails is painting clear parts. Okay, and I'm sure you can hear my dog munching on the background on his food. But anyway, so when you see clear parts, like let's say for example taillights or turn signal lights, sometimes in the instructions, or it used to be back in the day, you'd have to get, they would recommend clear red or clear orange or clear amber or anything like that. But I don't like to do that. I like to do something a little bit simpler, and you can do this on clear, and you can do this on chrome as well. And the first tip, let's just say I'll use the bottom of this police light bar, is I use these, and just put the cap on there. And if you see, I just color this a little bit, and yes, I am a lefty. And see how it kind of brings out the, I don't know why it's not focusing in, but you can kind of see it there as a little example of what I'm talking about. I'm not using an actual camera. I'm using my my cell phone here, and you're probably wondering how I have using both of my hands. And well, I have my cell phone taped to the front of this, and it's kind of like leaning up. So let's get to the light bar. So you just get your red, or the next color is going to be blue because it's a police light bar, and usually their colors are red and blue. So you just get your marker like so, and I know my hands are shaking a bit, not a bit, they're shaking a lot. And I did previously have, back in October of 2018, did have something called DBS surgery, which is called deep brain stimulation. It's supposed to help with these tremors that I have, but it doesn't seem to be working very well, as you can tell. But there does take a lot of adjustments. It does, I was told it could take up to maybe a year to even get it perfected, but I'm not gonna let that stop me from doing this. So you just color the red on here, or your desired clear color. If I can even see that, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at the actual piece I'm coloring. So I'm trying to get this in focus on the camera, and while I can do both. Okay, now I just gotta get got the sides. I got the, so now let's just get the top here. Alright, I think I missed a spot right there. So there you go. That's pretty much what it looks like. I mean, there's gonna be little touch-up spots, but you may want to go over it after a while, let the marker dry. But that's what I got so far. And again, I apologize for it not focusing in. But I think you kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to get at here. It's still transparent, and you can still see through it, as you can tell. And this is really irritating the shit out of me why it's not focusing in. I have the thing set to autofocus, but hey, it's not cooperating. So Let's just put this here, and now let's put the cap back on. And again, this works clear. You can also do the clear with the orange. It usually works for turn signals, which aren't really very big, so you can kind of tell where it goes. So let's try the blue. The blue will be a bit darker than the not a bit darker. I'm sure the blue is gonna be a lot darker than the red was. So let's. And my phone just fell. Hold on 1 second. And take two. Okay. I'm assuming blue is going to be a very rare color that you're going to use. It's mainly for cars. Hell, you can even use this for airplanes, for landing lights, and what's the other word? The lights on the wings and stuff like that. They usually come in red or green, different colors. And this blue is looking a little streaky, but then again, most of the colors, like I said, for cars are going to be either red or orange, for the tail lights and the front bumper turn signals. But that's what I got here, and as you can kind of tell, it is. And my dog just belched. That's fantastic. But it's kind of streaky if you can kind of see it here. But it is what it is. But most of the stuff that you're going to see is going to be these main colors, red and orange. And they're going to, like I said, for taillights on cars, if they're not already colored in the on the kit. But sometimes nowadays the taillights come in a clear red already. But there are rare occasions where it's a clear like this. And it's not a lot. That's just it. It's not a lot, but it's enough where you can go through here, where you can use this marker, and it not be a streaky or whatever. It just comes up perfectly fine. And the same thing with the orange on the front bumpers. It's a very small section, like a tiny little square or a rectangle for a can't think right now, a turn signal indicator light. And that's usually what I use these for, instead of forking over money for clear red or clear amber, and the a jar of paint's like what, $4 or $5. So this is a lot cheaper, these things here, and they work just as well. But this is what I have. Let's maybe back this up a bit. There you go. That's your a siren. That's from my spare parts box. I'm probably not going to ever use this because it's kind of like outdated, and not really outdated, but I just don't know I have nothing to put it on. That might be maybe doing if I use it, I'd probably put it on a I don't know, build a model of, let's say, a Hemi Cuda, and make since I'm in Texas, maybe put Texas State Trooper plain black and white Texas State Trooper markings on it, and put a light bar on a 70 Hemi Cuda, but or do a Super B, or like the big winged Mopars from the Dodge Daytona Superbirds or whatever, and make that a State Trooper car. I don't know what the hell I'll do with this, but this will probably continue living in my spares parts box. And anyway, this is my tip for today, and have a good day, and thank you for watching. And I'm sure this went a lot longer than it really should have, but what the hell. Alright, have a good day, happy modeling, and see you later.